Hi, my name is Caleb Shawy. Now I know every single one of you watching this video is a very avid chapel goer. You go every day, 2 times a day. But I wanted to take it upon myself to make sure that your chapel going is much more enjoyable. So here are some helpful tips to make it so much better. Step number 1. Upon entering the chapel, be sure to throw your book bags right in the middle of the floor. What did you think of Greek class today?
That was wonderful. Frederick is I failed Hebrew.
Now some of you probably would like to catch up with your friends. So, upon entering the worship area, be sure to talk as loudly as possible so that everyone in the chapel can hear you.
Did you guys see that package? Did you see that episode of Big Bang?
So well. So anyway, the Packer game.
Unbelievable! He just lit them up. Tell me about the wasn't even close.
Hey, what hymn are we doing? Unfortunately, all good hymns must come to an end. To signify your displeasure about this, be sure to ram your hymnal straight into the back of the chair as hard as possible. Now, some of you, with your immensely huge schedules, might accidentally have to come into chapel late. But don't worry, that's just fine. Be sure to, when you enter the chapel, to make as big of a scene as possible to let people know that you indeed did come to chapel.
We'll begin our worship this morning in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit.
Now, it may not seem like it like today, but it can get quite sunny there in the chapel, which is why it's a good idea to bring a pair of shades with you so as not to be blinded by the radiance. Sleeping belongs for bedtime, but we are busy college students, so we do tend to need a wink or two. If you see a fellow brother struggling, feel free to help him out.
Our reading today comes from the book of Jeremiah. And the word of the Lord was to Jeremiah, saying, Thus says the Lord of hosts, God of Israel, you have sinned against me, O Israel.
Now, unlike your sleeping brother, if you would like to stay awake and pay attention in chapel, there are many ways to do so. One of these ways is to chew a piece of gum. Now, if you don't have one, simply ask a fellow neighbor of yours for one.
Our reading today comes from the book of Jeremiah. The word of the Lord was to Jeremiah, saying, Thus says the Lord of hosts, God of Israel.
Listen.
You, O Israel, have sinned against me. What can we get from this reading today?
Do you have some gum?
It clearly says there that Israel has sinned against the Lord in many ways.
Hey, VP! Gum? I want juicy fruit! That's the word. Go on.
Anyway,
There are many ways in which we worship here in the chapel, but nobody likes contemporary worship. Whenever there is a contemporary worship service, be sure to tell your neighbor just how much you hate contemporary worship.
Oh my goodness, it's contemporary worship again!
Gosh, that Dominic Olsen kid doesn't even look like he's playing the guitar.
I mean, no wonder Nass doesn't know how to pronounce his name. He's awful.
I mean, Zach Sartorius, he needs a haircut. He looks... Come on, man.
See, every
Get
time
him
I
a
see
haircut.
Bauer with his iPad, I just want to smash it up against my knee.
It's just, it distracts you from the worship. I don't even want to be here.
I really wish I was still Catholic and I had the Latin Mass.
Come on.
I'm done.
Let's
Let's
go.
get out of here. Such a travesty.
I don't like
Total
this.
garbage!
Seems like those two have it down. If you follow these tips, not only are you benefiting your own chapel worship, but you're benefiting the worship of others. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Caleb Shawy.